Hey, how's it going, everyone? I've got a new product to review today for you. This product is sent out to you by the amazing people over at Urban Armor Gear. Huge thank you for sending me out for a review. This is their brand new released Monarch case in Crimson Red. They did have previous versions a few months ago with their Platinum series and their Graphite series. So this is a new edition that just came out a little while ago, about a month or so. Now I really like the contrast of the red and black on this case. Perfect in time if you're a Pokemon fan for Crimson Invasion, which I'm definitely hyped about. Comes out first weekend in November. Which means this is definitely a heavy duty case and well protected on your phone. Now this is going to be a universal, which means it's going to work with the iPhone 7 Plus and also the 6S Plus and the 6 Plus as well. So taking a look at the back, you'll see you have some quick specs. This features a 5-layer protection design with an armor frame, top grade leather. You have a polycarbonate shear plate to protect from drops. You also have alloy metal hardware. So these screws that you see on the back of the case, those are real and they actually keep the case secured. And you also have impact resistant rubber. So in case you were to drop the case, it would create a shock absorption that would go throughout the whole case instead of taking a direct impact, which is in the long term preserve your phone over time. So now let's open up the package and just see everything that this case has to offer. So now inside we get just the case itself. And taking a quick look around, you see you have this awesome crimson red accent on the back with the UAG logo in the middle. Now if you look closely, you can see this highly detailed leather grain all the way around in the middle. On the corners you have your screws to not only give it that rugged style look, but also to make sure everything is all together with your case, and that way it won't fall apart. On the camera hole you have a very large cutout, so that way you won't experience any issues when you're taking a picture or recording a video with flashback or washed out pictures. On the right hand side you'll see you have a TPU rubber coating over your home button, and the same with your volume rocker for your volume up and volume down. You get a decent amount of space for your silent switch, so you can turn it on and off with no problem, and you won't have to dig your finger inside. Most typically with Urban Armor Gear cases, from my experience, I'm able to slide it up or down just with the tip of my finger. Now on the bottom, you get 3 individual cutouts, one for your lightning port and your speaker, as well as your secondary mic. We'll see you have a headphone jack port. Now along the side rails, you'll notice you have this heavy duty honeycomb design. This is for shock absorption. So if it were to land on the side, so instead of your phone shattering and creating that spider-like effect, instead it'll move it around to evenly distribute the impact. Next, if you take a look on the inside, you'll see you have your UAG branding along with this honeycomb pattern that currently features a breathable like material. So when you're using your phone for long periods of time, if it's in this case, it won't overheat or get damaged in any way. And it's also a smooth surface to keep your back of your phone from getting scratched. Now let's take a look at what the case looks like with the phone already installed. Now the install is very simple. So you want to go over to your button side first, and then once you have that aligned, go over to the other side and snap it right into place. And the way to know that it's properly in place is you'll hear a snapping of all 4 corners. Now taking a closer look, you have a decent amount of lay on the table design, so you can lay your phone flat down, and it'll be elevated from the surface, keeping it protected from any dings that may occur. Now this case isn't going to be for everybody because it does feature a slightly thicker design. although still remaining a sleek profile, so it's kind of like the best of both worlds. Now when placing it inside your pocket, it does create a little bit of a protrusion, but not too bad, especially if you're going to be standing most of the day. It's hardly noticeable at all. Now taking a look at your buttons, you'll see they're very easy to press with minimal effort and basically no resistance. And here's the cool part about your silent switch. Like I said, you can just access it like this, and you don't have to have any fingernails to dig inside. And now that was my quick look at the Monarch case for the iPhone 7 Plus. Once again, huge thank you to Urban Army Gear for sending me this out for review. If you want to pick one of these up, I'll leave a link in the description down below. They currently retail for $59.95, which might sound a little steep, but for the high quality protection you're getting with this case, it's definitely worth the investment. Now if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more future videos like this. As always, thanks so much for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.